Hi, this is Patrick Okenka with The Good and Good Life, and this is episode 1. And on episode 1, we're going to tackle what is the good life? What are the good things in life? What is worth obtaining? What is worth fighting for in this world? What is worth creating? What is worth getting up in the morning to do all these things for? What exactly is it? In my discoveries, in my experiences, I've discovered that universally, and I think universally for me, for 100%, with the people I'm close to 100%, the number one thing, the best thing in life is good relationships. That's it. To find your fellow humans that you have a great relationship with and to just spend time with them, to be with them, to have great relations with them, to just enjoy your times together, to do things together, to not do things together, to just be together, to communicate together, to live together, to eat together, to drink together. The good thing in life, the good things, the good life is very simple. It's to drink good things, to eat good things, to have leisure, to work on things that you love, to do things that you love, to be with the people you love. It's tied with love. It's tied with good. It's to be virtuous and to be surrounded by virtuous people and to do good things and do things that you love. So it's tied with passion. It's tied with love. It's tied with good people. And that's the number one thing. It's like, that's all I need to aim for. It's very simple. It's very simple. Because what do we need? We need to survive. To begin with, we need to survive. So that's step one. You survive. You work to survive. You need food. You need water. You need shelter. You need all those sort of things. Just that base survival level. And then once you got that taken care of, which we basically all do. And if we don't, or if some people don't, well, damn, that's something worth fighting for. That's worth fighting for, huh? To set things up, to create businesses, to create projects, to build and create, to solve that issue of survival that we all need to deal with on a fundamental level, so we can skip that aside and then go into what really matters in life, which is our relationships with others, our great, good relationships with others, and just enjoying what life has to offer. And that is essentially what the good life is to just enjoy those moments in life, to just enjoy those just divine, great moments with a loved one, or with yourself, or with something where it's just it doesn't get better than this. When you find that moment with someone where all the cares of the world disappear, you can't possibly think of anything else you would rather do than be right there next to that person right now, to be doing exactly what you're doing in the moment. It is the best thing. That is what to strive for. That is essentially the good life. And to set up your life to maximize those moments with those loved ones and to do things that matter to you, that you love. So, to obtain it and then to sustain it. That tends to be the students. To obtain the good life and then to sustain the good life. They tend to be separate, but damn, if you can find a way to do it so that the way that you sustain it, which is through your work, through your gathering of resources, through your upkeep, your habits, usually the way that it works out is to make money, which makes sense. That's the way that we gain resources. To combine that, where you love the way that you sustain your life and you've obtained it, that is perhaps the best way you can do it in your personal life, to enjoy every moment, or as much moments as you can, of your life, and that the things that you're working for, matter, and they sustain what matters to you specifically. That it's good for you, good for your community, it's good for the world. It's good. It's just good everywhere, where it's both enjoyable and virtuous at the same time. And that's a big thing that's important to obtain, and I wish to obtain personally, and with this show and this project to help out, is to be both virtuous and fun. To good and good. That's what I think. It's good as in virtuous, the right thing to do, what works. Just that accomplishes and serves the good, that serves virtue, that serves humanity, that serves you, that serves people, that serves the good. And to enjoy life as well, enjoy the good things in life. So it's a bit of a switch of meanings, but it makes sense. It just makes sense. That's how we talk. The good things. It's good. That's what we aim for, things that are good. And so, to do the right thing, to do the virtuous thing, and then to enjoy the fruits of that the rest of your life with. And it's simple, people have been known this for quite a while, that Ecclesiastes, all you need is good food, good drink, good company. That's basically it. Good food, good drink, good company, and that's it. Life is simple. We have a lot of worries about things that don't actually matter, that don't actually bring us happiness, joy, contentment, bliss, whatever like good words we want to use to say what makes life enjoyable. But I would say it's a mix of meaning and contentment and joy. Just like the good things in life without them being fake or like temporary or addictive. There's a reason I don't say happiness is the goal. Like, happiness is not the key to the good life, because there's like empty happinesses that you can use, usually in the form of drugs or vices or avoidances, where you gain the happy stuff temporarily, but it's empty. You're not fulfilled. There's something missing, and it's not like enjoyable. It's not beautiful. It's not clear. It's not good. So that's the mix. It needs to be, to obtain the good life, I'd argue, you need to do what's good. Yeah, you need to do what's good in order to obtain happiness. So it's good and happy. So it's virtuous and joyful, if that makes sense. So you need to be good and obtain the good. Your conscience will revolt against you if you do bad in order to achieve it, or you do something empty, which will prevent you from getting to those good things in life in the first place. And those relationships, they won't be based on the good. If you do things based on lies, deception, manipulation, those will not be formed the bonds of those great relationships that allow the good life to form, that allow that peaceful eminence to just be there, to just allow you to be happy. And the way that I'm thinking about it, there's so many different ways that a lot of people have tackled this question of like, what is the good life, that sort of thing. But honestly, it's like it's in that weird mix of both objective and subjective, where it's like the personal things that you specifically want to do that will make you happy, that'll make you passionate, that'll make you fulfilled, those do depend on you, but they do include good relationships. They do include being a good person. They do include choosing the right thing and following the virtues, and not giving into evil, not giving into manipulation, not lying, that sort of stuff to yourself, and just being good as well as following your passion. So it's that mix. Again, that mix of the good and the good. And if you only have one, if you only follow virtue, I think your life will end up being way too serious, way too draining, way too dull, way too much of a fight. And you'll burn out and you won't enjoy the good things in life. But if you only enjoy the good things in life, you won't be able to sustain it. You'll feel unfulfilled, and you'll let like the bad things in life take over the world in your environment, which will prevent you from being so happy and to enjoy the good things in life. Basically, hedonism, in a way, where if you're just hedonistic, where you just enjoy the pleasures but don't create the good or help sustain or fight back evil, then eventually it'll go away in some manner. But it's important to not deny yourself those either, because that's what's good in life, like the pleasures of life, the great relationships, the great moments, the great experiences, the beauties of life. Yes, that's the point. That's the point of life, essentially. What else is there? And that question of like, what else is there once you reach it? Oh, that's beautiful. Usually that's when you can tell where that's the proper thing to aim for. When you hit those moments in life where you stop caring about the meaning of life, there you go. That's what you're aiming for. That's what you're trying to sustain. That's what you're trying to build up. That's what you're trying to share. And it's just beautiful. It's like when you're just like sitting next to your loved one in a room together, and you're just eating a meal that you cooked together, staring into each other's eyes, just enjoying the taste of a well-cooked meal, having just a little pointless conversation about what you've been thinking about, what you've been feeling, what you've been working on, what you've been doing, what you love about each other. That little feeling, it doesn't get better than that. And while you're in it, nothing else matters. That's it. You found it. That moment, that interaction, that experience, that relationship is the point. That's what you aim for. And if you combine that with stuff that's sustainable, productive, useful, man, what a great mix. So that's the idea, is to be productive, be virtuous, create value, and enjoy the fruits that life gives you, enjoy the pleasures that life gives you. That essentially is the key to the good life. So you work on your personal life, you make your life better, you produce great things for yourself and the world. And when I say the world, it can mean like the people around you, just anything that scales more than you. That's the world. It's you and the world, and it's you and the rest. Yeah. Your loved ones. It can be smaller. I like Jordan Peterson's methodology, where it's like you, your family, your close ones, your close circle, like your neighborhood, your city, your like state, your nation, and like your continent, the world. It like scales in the future. I like that model, and it's good. When you do things that everything aligns there, that's when I think you're doing the most good for the world. That's when it's the best good life for you. That's basically when your body or the world or whatever will naturally give you a response of that is good, that is the good life, you're doing well, and you'll be rewarded for it just by itself. When you do good for you, good for your close ones, good for your loved ones, good for your community, your nation, whatever, the world, the future of the world. When you do things that align all of those together, when an activity helps all of them, that's like the best mix of both good, productive, and fulfilling, and happy and good. And if you can do them all, damn, that's worth striving. That's worth striving for. And from what I understand, the good life is far, far, far simpler than most people do it. They focus on incorrect things such as materialism, status, power, money, looks, fame, impressing others, the opinions of others. Those are good emotions by themselves. Doing what people should tell them to. That tends to be, that tends to be the opposite of the good life. That tends to be what causes a lot of suffering. It's to do what others expect you to tell you to do, or tell you you should do. So that tends to lead to great sadness in your personal life, and leads to great failure in your life, and it's just not good. That's not the way to impress others. That's not the way to do things. I mean, you can go ahead and try it out, but watch it won't bring you fulfillment. And you need to, I think it's important to find a good life. You need to know what you want. That's really important, to know what you want and to know what's good. That's a good mix. To know what's good and to know what you want, and then chase those, and to accomplish those and create those, find those and make those happen. That'll live the good life. That'll give you the good life. So I hope that gave you a good idea of where to start with the good life. And just remember that high quality relationships are the number one thing. It's very simple. Just great relationships with your fellow humans that are also great. To be good and to be surrounded by good people. That's the way. And love matters. To give love and be loved. It's nothing better. There's nothing better in the world. Straight up. It's nothing better. And then to experience the goods of the world. And that's perhaps the best good that the world can offer, is to find people who love you and to love them back. That's the good life.